Hi, everyone. I am your professor for IT 198W for this semester. Thank you so much I was going to say, for signing up for this course. Some of you took it because you wanted to, some of you took it because it's online. For whatever reason, though, you are all here, and I'm hoping we all have a good semester. The purpose of this deck and of this video is just to kind of, one, show you that like there is a real person behind the screen. I'm not AI. But also, there is a real person here to help you. And also wanted to go over some of the key course policies and some of my most important policies and just overall information. So this is very much an introduction video. You can come back, watch it. I'll make sure to share this deck as well. If you have any questions, I will tell you on how to get a hold of me. So we're just going to go ahead and dive in. I don't want to keep this too long of a video. But like I said, you're all here for 198, IT 198W. It is a writing course. Before I get into that, though, who am I? Like I said, I'm real. I'm not AI. Miss Pichardo, because only my sister calls me by my first like full name. So if you call me by my first name, I'm gonna think you're my sister. So Miss Pichardo. I am a proud Fresno State alumni. Got my undergrad and my master's there. Communications was my major. I am actually in corporate communications. I'm actually living in San Francisco. I have a full-time job here in San Francisco, which will explain when it comes to you reaching out to me. There are some guidelines and some policies about that. But based in San Francisco, I previously taught at Clovis Community, and now I'm teaching at Fresno State. So, what is this course? It is a writing course. I did my master's, my undergrad in communications. I'm in corporate communications. All I do is writing. So, I'm going to be teaching you writing. So, get ready to write. However, this is an IT 198, an IT writing course. So, technically, this is a technical writing course. According to the definition and the textbook, technical writing is a form of communication that professionals, which some of you are already professionals, some of you will be professionals going into the workforce, you're going to need to use communication to convey information about very specialized topics. So, we're going to be going over how to write memos, emails, reports, proposals, pretty much anything that you all, even though you might all be in different industries, some of you are nursing majors, criminology majors, some of you are IT majors, you're all going to be writing at some point. You're all going to have to send a memo. You're all going to have to send an email to your boss. You're all going to have to send an email to 50 plus people, a report proposal. So, what are those things? How can we be good writers? Because that's kind of the goal of this course. Yes, like this is what an email is, this is what a memo is, but how do you put that together? How do you write well? But also, how do you sometimes explicitly write? Sometimes business writing, technical writing, and we'll get into that of what those two terms are. Sometimes you just need to be direct to the point. Sometimes with academic writing, like your English classes, you kind of have to have a little bit more elaborate more adjectives. But with business writing, sometimes you just need to get straight to the point, and that's kind of the goal of this course. Are we meeting this semester? No, this is an online course. Everything is going to be online. All of your homework assignments, all of your assignments will be turned online. All of these videos, they're going to be videos. If you need to have make an appointment for office hours, that's going to be online. Everything will be online. Mondays though will be our day. At least I will try to keep that. By our day, I mean your assignments will be due on Mondays, and the modules will be open on Mondays as well. These are just some of my most important course policies. We can get into more specific information, or if you have more questions, I can answer those as we go throughout the semester. But these are my most important ones. Pretty much number one is no late assignments. Now, I understand that we all have lives. Sometimes there's going to be an emergency. You need to go ahead and email me as soon as possible if you have a big assignment due. Okay. I previously have said no late assignments, and I do stick by that. There will be one chance in the middle of the semester, and you'll see that on the syllabus, there will be a week where we don't have no content to review, no assignments due. I believe it's around spring break. I will give you all the chance to submit any late work leading up to that point. Anything after that, free chance, that's it. No more late work is assignment. No more late assignments are accepted. Excuse me. When it comes to I don't allow AI in the course. It's not regulated enough. And actually, if you're not familiar with our Fresno State policy about using AI to write your papers is a form of plagiarism and you can be reported for that. So I do not accept any AI writing. As you'll see on the next bullet, Turnitin, no plagiarism. For your big projects, you will be submitting your papers into Turnitin. Turnitin usually scans for plagiarism, but Turnitin now has an AI scanner for professors to use. You students don't see it, but the professors, myself on the other end, on the back end, sees it. So I do see your papers are scanned and they tell me there's a 30% chance, 40% chance, or 10% chance. I'll get into this as we go into projects 1 and 2, but there will be a percentage that I will allow for your papers. It's going to be 30%. If you go above 30%, you're automatically going to be docked. I will not be giving you any credit for that assignment. So, to avoid getting an F on your projects 1 and 2, don't use AI to write your projects. When it comes to contacting me, which I will share that information on the last slide, I usually say give me at least 24 hours when you send me an email. Like I mentioned, I have a full-time job. I live in San Francisco. I'm commuting to my job. So I usually cannot get ahead of respond to you until the evening. So at the very least, give me at least 24 hours to respond to you. On the weekends, it might be 48 hours, but I'm usually pretty quick on the weekends. This is just an overview of all of your assignments that you're going to be having this semester. Like I said, this video is going to be posted, this deck will be posted, and I actually will be posting this specific slide so that way you have all of the information. So you'll have your syllabus, this video, this deck, and this image. 4 different places that show you where all of your due dates are. So that's another reason why I'm pretty hard on like no late assignments because you have all this information all over the place. There should be no reason for you to have a late assignment unless an emergency comes up. That's pretty much it. I'm here. Let me know if you need any help, if you have any questions, you have any concerns. Email is going to be the best way to get a hold of me. I say this every semester and it never pans out. I always ask students to please, 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 please email me instead of sending me a message through Canvas. For whatever reason, professors don't get notifications when you respond to us on Canvas. It I tried. I don't know what it is. It's a weird feature. Hopefully they change that. But if you send me a message on Canvas, I won't know until I log into Canvas. And as soon as I hit live on your modules every Monday, that's pretty much it. The only time when I'm going to be really on Canvas is when I'm grading your work. So I don't want you to go days without hearing from me. So that's why I always say, send me an email. That's going to be the best way to get hold of me. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, concerns, like I said, send me an email. I do, at the end of every module, post like an opportunity to, like it's a discussion board. It's not graded, but it's just a chance for you to leave any questions that you might have. If you have a question, most likely there's going to be 1 or 2 other people in your course who probably have the same question. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm excited about this semester. I hope you all are. I know there's going to be a lot of writing, but I try to span it out so it's not very overwhelming and it's not all at once. But if you have any concerns, let me know and I'm happy to help. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next module. Thanks.